what do you think has been the biggest thing that you've seen when companies try to scale globally that has led them to fail? And what mechanism does a company need to put in place to kind of succeed when scaling into other places?
I think, again, it's companies try to do the same thing and roll it out across the board, and that doesn't work. These are the outcomes. We have to adapt to each individual environment that we're in. We know that what the core principles are, but how we do that has to be led by people with knowledge of how to do it. So when you're entering into a new market or you're working with new markets, you have to understand that you don't know everything. You have your core values that you don't shift on, you don't change. You know, for example, as I was saying, the transparency part. But the locals will know the local nuances and how to get to that and what to do to be able to achieve what you want. You have to trust in your local managers. You have to find the local managers that really work to be able to do that.
And the other part of scaling is dealing with the legislation, labor laws within the other country. How do you build a bulletproof company within a different space that kind of covers that country's legislation?
I think you have to build from the start with that regulation in mind. So whether that be GTRP, whether it be human resources, whatever it may be, you have to build with the regulations in mind. If you try and bolt it on at a later date, it just doesn't work. And obviously things change as you grow. Governments change policies, things come into place. But if you build a solid foundation that is regulatory in the markets that you're in, when they make that change, everybody's going through the same thing and it becomes speed humps rather than blockers, if that makes sense. So it might slow you down a little bit, but it's not so hard. Whereas if you haven't done that before you move into it, it becomes a blocker and it can really slow progress and can make you fail. So I think it's really important that you're always there. You have your legal team or legal advisors involved from the very beginning to make sure that you're on a solid foundation. And that way it makes it a lot easier to maneuver.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.